2021 was the 90th anniversary of the release of Dracula starring Bela Lugosi, the Universal Studios monster classic. I'm not sure how widely publicized that was by Universal, and I really didn't notice any commemorative merchandise coming out, except for this guy. This is the Transformers Universal Monsters crossover, Draculus. Hasbro has been releasing figures under this new crossover brand for several years now, including crossovers with Ghostbusters, Back to the Future, Top Gun, X-Men, and Jurassic Park. All the previous releases were vehicles or included vehicles. This is the first release that is not a vehicle. So taking a look at the box, we have some very nice Gothic style artwork of the figure on the front of it with the Transformers crossover logo. We have the Dracula logo on the side. On the other side you can see the Universal Monsters logo along with the Dracula 90th anniversary logo. And on the back, an image of the figure and his alt mode, which is a bat. So the packaging for this figure contains no plastic. This is what Hasbro said they wanted to do, eliminate as much plastic as possible out of the packaging. So what we have is a tray that slides out like this, no plastic on it whatsoever. There are two flaps on the top and the bottom that prevent this from sliding all the way out. So you can get your finger in there and manipulate the flaps to get this out without tearing it. The figure itself is just held in with some cloth ties. And it does come with a cloth goods cape. Now I'm not 100% sure, but I'm 99% sure that this is the first Transformer to come with a piece of cloth goods. Not something you usually see. So the packaging is made to look like a VHS tape sliding out of a slipcover. It's an unusual choice. I don't normally associate Universal Monsters with VHS. My generation grew up watching them via Saturday matinees and late night creature features. Maybe the people designing this package are from a different generation that discover these films via VHS rentals or something like that. I'm not sure. But it is an unusual choice, given that it is a Dracula figure. I would think maybe a coffin-shaped box would have been more appropriate. But we got a VHS. So here's Draculus wearing his cape. The cape itself fits onto a peg in the back, and there are slits to fit it over both of his protruding wings. It's unusual to see a Transformer with a cape, but it does sort of complete that Dracula look that the figure is going for. You can see his head. He's got vampire fangs there sculpted in. And they're also painted white rather than silver. So they did make an effort to make the fangs stand out a little bit. And his coloration does give him that sort of Bela Lugosi tuxedo wearing Dracula look. Now this figure is a remold of Titan's Return Mindwipe. Mindwipe was a Decepticon headmaster from Generation 1. His only American cartoon appearance was in the episode The Rebirth, where he was shown to be able to control minds of other Transformers, and he also spoke with a sort of Transylvanian accent.
Your circuits are under my power light speed. You will back away, back away. You feel powerless to resist.
So there was definitely some Dracula influence on the character of Mindwipe. So now we've come full circle with Mindwipe being turned into Draculus. Draculus comes with two weapons, which are the same weapons that came with Mindwipe, only molded in black, and they each have a little bit of purple spray on the ends of them to give them a little more detail. Draculus does have a full range of articulation, as most modern Transformers do. You can put him in a variety of poses, and he is quite well balanced. And the more I see it, the more I really like that cape on him. So here's Draculus in bat mode. Not a whole lot of articulation to speak of, except for the wings being able to fold over. Molded all in black. He's got some nicely painted red eyes and some silver in his fangs. His mouth does open and close a bit. He's got that sort of magenta spray on the inside of his wings and his ears. That breaks up the black a little bit, looks nice. One thing I did notice on the wings though, is they chose to put some manufacturing information stamped in white on a couple of different places on the wings. That kind of stands out like a sore thumb. They could have found a less conspicuous place to put that. Mindwipe is a headmaster, just like the original Generation 1. So when you transform him from robot mode to animal mode, his head pops off. It can sit inconspicuously in this compartment in his chest. Now when they remolded Mindwipe into Draculus, they removed the headmaster feature. So you have this empty compartment in the front that's not doing anything. And his head, unfortunately, ends up back here. So he literally has his head up his ass. We all know a guy, don't we? If you choose, you can also attach his cape to him while he's in bat mode, but that's not really doing much for me. It just kind of looks silly hanging off his wings. I think it would impair his ability to fly if he had a cape hanging off his wings. So it's probably better to leave that for robot mode. Even though they removed the headmaster gimmick from the toy, they've still kept the door in the bat's chest to the compartment that would have held the head while he was in bat mode. Not only did they keep it, but they molded it in translucent red and painted half of it black, so he's got this red translucent patch in his chest. This reminds me of an old 1970s monster toy from Mattel called Gregory the Vampire Bat. Gregory had a see-through patch in his chest where you could push a button on the back of the figure and see blood pumping through his veins. Mattel would later use a similar gimmick for Masters of the Universe Mosquitor. So I'm not sure if this is a deliberate homage to the Gregory toy, but if it is or isn't, either way, I do appreciate it. And here's your size comparison lineup from left to right. Mattel 89 Batman, Mego Hammer Dracula, a Beast Saga Bat from Takara, Draculus in the middle, Jada, Universal Monsters Dracula, and NECA TMNT Animated Wingnut. I believe this figure was exclusive to Hasbro Pulse and Target. It's not a figure I would have normally picked up, especially since they were charging a premium for it. He's a deluxe class figure, which is usually around $20, and they were charging $32. But I did have a 25% off coupon at Target, plus some points in my Circle account, so I picked him up for much cheaper than that. And as a fan of Transformers and monsters, I'm glad I did. He's a nice little conversation piece of a figure. Not sure where he fits in with my collection, but I'm glad to have him. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.